Hi there, Perfecto here and welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you're having a great day. So guitar players and pedals, there is no end to them. And I've gotten several requests from the comments asking me to shoot a video on how to build a simple pedal board. So that's what we are going to do today. The board that I'll be building today will be as simple as it gets. 4, maybe 5 pedals. All wired up in series, and this is designed to be a small grab and go pedal board for those gigs where you know the venue will have at least a decent enough amp for you to plug into. Over the course of this video, I will talk about what I think are my bare essentials pedals. And I will also talk about how I put these pedals in order for my playing. Now, the pedal board that I'll be using in this build comes from our friends at GC Rockboard of the Philippines. So here it is, the GC Rockboard Champ. It is a hybrid pedal board wherein the pedal surface is made out of aluminum and it has wood paneling on the sides to give it an organic look. Now, as for the pedals, this board will be populated with pedals from our friends at FoxGear. FoxGear as a company was launched recently and they sent over these pedals for me to try out, so it couldn't have come at a more perfect time for this video. Now let me show you what we have. The first pedal is the Cream Overdrive. Unboxing. There you go. The next pedal is the Chorus with a K. I wonder what the effect is. It could be a more obvious name. So let's see what else we got. Okay, this is the Sinister Metal Distortion. And lastly, we have the Echo Sex Baby. Now we have one more FoxGear pedal left to unbox, and this is the Colt 45. It is a 45 watt guitar amplifier. Yes, amplifier. Now let's start putting everything together. First step is to sort out our fastening system. Today I will be using Velcro. The GC Rockboard comes with a couple of strips of Velcro for you to use. We'll be attaching the loop side, the fuzzy side, onto the pedal board, and the hook side, the scratchy material, onto the underside of each pedal. Now, a lot of people ask me why I use Velcro for my pedal boards when there are other more secure fasteners out there like 3M Dual Lock. Now, the answer to that I've already mentioned in the beginning part of this video. The quest of guitarists and pedals, it never ends. So I am most likely to build a pedal board and then change and swap out pedals whenever I feel like it. I prefer Velcro, it's a little easier to work with. And once you figure out how to properly stick them onto your pedals and how to properly stick the hook side to the loop side, I find them fairly secure. Another thing that is essential is cleaning the surfaces before you start sticking the adhesive sides of the Velcro. So take a little bit of alcohol and a rag and just gently clean off any surfaces that will be used with adhesive. Now, one particular tool that I have started to find indispensable in pedal board building is a heat gun. Heat up the adhesive with your heat gun to make the stuff a little gummier and softer. Okay, notice this kink right here. Once that straightens out, that means the adhesive is soft enough for you to stick onto the pedal board. See? Nice and straight. Now, as with any glue, we are going to set this aside and let it dry and bond to its new home. Okay, so time to stick the hook side of the Velcro to the pedals. I will take this time to talk about the essential pedals for your playing. If you're just starting out, then I suggest getting 3 pedals. Okay, 1 drive pedal, a modulation pedal, and a time-based pedal, preferably a delay or an echo. Now these three pedals will probably cover most of the bases that you'll need them in, musically speaking. And I'm pretty sure that will keep you busy while you form your own opinions on sound and preferences. And such opinions and preferences will help you when the time comes for you to buy your next set of pedals. Now for my own playing, I'm not a big modulation guy, so I could pretty much do a gig with just a drive pedal and a delay pedal. In fact, back in the 90s, I was gigging regularly with just one pedal, my trusty Boss Dual Overdrive. Which brings me to the next question that I get asked a lot. I mean, do guitarists really need pedals? To which I've come up with this answer. If your aim is to play the music and present it directly with no frills whatsoever, then you probably don't need a lot of pedals. Now, if you fancy yourself a soundsmith where the music is affected not only by the notes and how you play them, but also by the sound that they are covered in and how that sound reaches the listener, then yes, you need pedals. And of course, there are people who fall somewhere in between both camps. One approach is not necessarily better than the other, so stop treating it like a debate. You know, we're all here to play music and present that music the best way we can. So the next thing we're going to talk about how to arrange your pedals in order. Now, general rule of thumb is from your guitar, you go into the dirt section first, then into the modulation, then into your time-based effects. Okay? Then from there, output goes to your amplifier. That being said, there is no ironclad rules that will keep you from experimenting with the order of the pedals. If you feel like putting a chorus pedal or a modulation pedal before your distortion pedal, then, you know, if you like the sound, then go for it, right? So the sound is king. Now, should you have a couple of drive pedals like what I have right now, I put the pedal with less gain in front of the heavier gain pedal. So in this case, the overdrive, the cream overdrive, will be in front of the sinister distortion. Now, since we already have an amplifier in a pedal, this will be my last pedal in the chain. However, if you're building your pedal board following this video along and you're using other branded pedals, then just think of this pedal right here as optional. Now, of course, this is sort of just like my default pedal arrangement, which may or may not change once the board is built and fired up and I can actually hear the sound of the pedals as a whole. So I reserve the right to change my mind about the pedal order when that time comes. Okay, I'm gonna start putting them on the GC Rockboard Champ pedal board. Now, as far as patch cables go, try to use quality patch cables when you can. Try not to get these cheap plastic molded ones. I prefer to build my own patch cables, like this patch cable from Bestronix Pro Audio. These are their pedal board patch cords, which are solderless. So all you need is to cut the cables to the length you need, stick them into the plug, and then screw in the other terminal, and then you're done. If you can test the cables you build with a cable tester, that will make life much easier. Nowadays, a lot of companies are offering pedal patch cables. George L's is a long-standing reputable company that offers such patch cables. You can also get them from Planet Waves, Evidence Audio, it's pricey. And you can also get pre-made patch cables from most pedal manufacturers. Like I said earlier, we are wiring this pedal board in series. So the next step is to figure out how to power all these pedals. Another point of concern when powering your pedal board is whether to use isolated or unisolated power supplies. An example of unisolated power is using a single power supply with a daisy chain cable. This setup compounds electrical noise from pedal to pedal, and eventually those pile up and you can hear them in form of a buzz coming out of your speaker. Though for small pedal boards made up of analog pedals such as this, it's not that big of an issue. It becomes more of an issue when you start mixing digital and analog pedals. Now, another example of unisolated power comes in the form of these power bricks that are powered by a wall wart such as this one. So basically, this power brick is a fancy version of those daisy chain cables. Okay, so it is not isolated at all. Now, if you need isolated power, then pretty much any power brick that requires its own AC plug gives out isolated power, such as this True Tone One Spot Pro. However, for today's pedal board, this power supply is overkill. So for today, I will use this inexpensive power brick since it is a simple enough pedal board and I don't have any digital pedals within it. Plus, this power brick is slim enough that I can hide it underneath the GC Rockboard champ. That way it's kept out of the way and it will have a neater appearance. Okay, here she is, all wired up with the cables and the power. The power supply is mounted underneath and the excess cables are tied with some Velcro tape. Now, once you're decided on your pedal order, to keep the pedals from coming off of the pedal board, what you do is you take the pedal, push it down, and then wiggle it in place. That way the hook will securely grab onto the loop side of the Velcro. Okay, see, now I can actually lift the pedal board using that pedal. And you can actually feel if you've wiggled it enough, because once the hook really grabs onto the loop side, then you go from a pretty wide wiggle to like you can barely move the pedal at all. And once that happens, then you're sure that the Velcro is nice and secure. Okay, so I think that's secure enough. Okay, time to fire it up and hear how everything sounds. Okay, everything is powered up. These FoxGear pedals look pretty sharp with the illuminated faceplates. Look really nice on the board. I'll be using my Solid Guitars Stardust in Strawberry Milk. Click on the card above to check out the unboxing and first gig video of this guitar. So that is the tone of the Colt 45 as a clean pedal platform. Now let's check out the pedals. Okay, the pedals by themselves sound pretty good. Okay, let's see how they play with each other. Okay, so I think I'm gonna try moving the chorus to after the drives and see how that sounds. Everything's wired back up again. I have the chorus after the drives. Let's see how they play this time. Okay, so I think I like the chorus where it is right now. Before the drives, for some reason, the way this chorus is designed, it doesn't play nicely when it's placed before distortion. So after distortion, I like the sound a little better. So here's the final rundown of this pedal board build. From the guitar, I'm going into the cream overdrive, then into the sinister distortion, then into the chorus, into the Echoplex, and finally into the Colt 45 pedal amplifier. Now I think if I position the pedals closer to each other, I'll probably be able to fit a mini wah on here, but that's going to be for another time. So there you have it. This is my simple pedal board build. I hope you've gotten some tips and tricks out of this video when you build your own simple pedal board. Now I'd like to extend my thanks and gratitude to GC Rockboard and FoxGear pedals for providing the gear used in this video. Now stay tuned for an upcoming demo video where I'll go in depth into what each pedal is capable of. But in the meantime, check them out at facebook.com/GCRockboard and facebook.com/FoxGearPedals. If you dug this video, please click the thumbs up like button, share it with your friends, whoever's trying to build a pedal board nowadays, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. Let me know what you think of this pedal board in the comment section, and if you have any other advice that I may have missed, post them as well. Okay, peace, love, good heaven and stuff. Be good humans. I'll see you in the next video, and I'm going to keep jamming with my new pedal board. Cheers.